All right, I am here with some vintage Cube. Christmas has come and gone, but Cubemas still has like another 5 or 6 days left. And if you don't know, Vintage Cube is probably um, the best thing on Magic Online for sure, and one of the best ways to play Magic, the game in general. They put tons of Magic's best cards in an interesting format, and you draft them, but instead of having a bunch of commons and stuff and looking for the one rare, everything is a good card basically. So you have tons of choices every pack. The interactions are super fun. The gameplay is super fun. And it's just a really good time. There's a couple different cubes on Magic Online, but Vintage Cube is, I'd say, a fan favorite and probably my favorite. So we could take Fiery Confluence. It's a 6-mana damage spell for red if we want to go mono red. We could take Mox Diamond if we want to get some mana ramp. Emrakul is good if we get Sneak Attack or something like that, but there's not too many of those effects. Right now I'm leaning towards, I don't even know what this card does. I'm going to take Fire Blast. It's a very good burn card in mono red, and we'll just see if we can go mono red. And if it's not there, we will do something else. We got some. This is a really good green card, Noble Hierarch. It ramps you into a couple different colors. Shredless Engine's okay. Plow Under It is like secretly a super good card. It's almost like a double time walk if you can ramp it out early. Spellcrawler's alright. Necrotal's okay. Worn Power Stone is what I would take here if I was regularly drafting. And I'd say we are regularly drafting. We're looking to see if mono red's open, and if it's not, that's fine. Well, Inferno Titty here. We got Steam Vents, Taiga. Exhume is a good reanimate card. I tend to like reanimator strategies, but maybe I'm just biased. Taking lands is very good early because it lets you play your cards. Signets can be very good. This is a weak color. I'm going to take Exhume and just see if reanimator's open. Okay, what do we got here? Well, we've got a Eureka, which just lets you randomly put a bunch of... Both players get to put permanents from their hands onto the battlefield. So if you have a bunch of awesome permanents and they don't, you can win. But a lot of times it backfires and they win. Balance is a super strong, powerful white card. Scarab God is really good in like standard. I don't know how good it is in this. Thundering Titan is a decent reanimator target because it kills their lands. Kozilek is also a good reanimator target, but you can only use instants on it. We're going to take the Sundering Titan, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how this draft's turning out so far, but we're going to try it. We're going to try it. We're going to take Bolt here because there is a chance we open up a couple good red cards and we just go mono red. And yeah, Eidolon. Yeah, baby. The mono red could be happening. Ooh, what's better? Hazoret or Siege Gang? I think Hazoret, baby. That's the 4-drop we want. I think we're in mono red. We are in it to win it. Tough choice. Firebolt is good. It represents 4 damage eventually. Or Rishadon Port. We're going to take Port. Mono red has a lot of trouble interacting with other decks. Sometimes just cutting them off mana does it. And we're going to have a bunch of extra land slots. Mono red doesn't need to play a ton of lands or a ton of fetch lands or splash things. We really want to get Fiery Confluence here. We did not. Or maybe that's the next pack. We have a couple choices here. Raging Ravine, Imperial Seal. we'll take Raging Ravine. If we do splash black, it's not going to be for a tutor. It's important to note this is a league instead of a draft pod, so we don't actually play against, we don't necessarily play against the other people we're drafting against. If we were, I might have made a couple different decisions, but we're not. Mizzium Mortars is a good burn spell against creatures. Sorcerer's Spyglass is a good way to disrupt planeswalkers. I'm tempted to try out Sorcerer's Spyglass, but I think Mizzium is where we would want to be to get in. We're going to take the Taiga Daiga here. Seething Song could be good, but we're going to take Taiga. And now we can play Raging Ravine, maybe, if we want. It's more important in the mono red deck to just do things early than it is to splash colors to get more powerful things. Alright, so in the mono red deck, there are a couple cards that you really want to see. Shrine of Burning Rage and Sulfuric Vortex. So we're going to put our hands together and pray to Richard Garfield, the creator of magic, that we get those cards. Jackal Pup is a cute little puppy, so you gotta take him. But also he's a 2/1 for 1. Maze of Ith, huh? Yeah, we'll take it. I don't think we're playing it, but we're taking it. Xenagos. Xenagos could be worth splashing the green for, since we just happen to have the mana. But we'll see if we need to play him. Tasty, tasty power. Mox Sapphire, ramping us up. The mono red deck isn't the best to take advantage of Mox Sapphire, but we don't really want too much else in this pack anyway. Maybe Chandra, although I think in the mono red you really don't want to play too many 4-drops. Mutavault would actually be my pick here because it just gets in for damage. But I think just being able to play our bigger spells earlier, Mox Sapphire, we're going to take it. How can you pass up the Power 9? It's so nice. Okay, well, we've got basically 4 choices. And when you play Vintage Cube, you'll like, at first it'll be really overwhelming because all the cards have so much text if you don't know them. But once you watch a couple drafts and play, you'll get better at it. There's Fire Drinker Satyr, a 2/1 with fire breathing, basically. And it has that, if it's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to me. Gruul Signet or Glorybringer. Glorybringer is an awesome top-end finisher, but it's 5 mana. You really need to be doing more early in the game to get to the point where Glorybringer would win you the game. So we're going to take the Satyr here, and we'll hope Glorybringer wheels, but if it doesn't, that's okay. The 4th choice here would have been Smokestack, which is a decent card, but we're not really doing that type of thing. So we got Manamorphose, Ancient Grudge, Flame Tongue Kavu, and Tanglewire. Tanglewire is kind of awesome. I hope it wheels, but we are going to take... We're going to take Ancient Grudge. There's tons of artifacts running around this format, and we'll be happy if we get Kavu or Tanglewire back. Ancient Grudge is just super good. Now we have an Incinerate, which is a 3 damage burn spell, versus Zurgo Bellstriker. We're going to take... I think Zurgo is the better card here, but we're going to take Incinerate because it's a card that someone else might pick, and I think we'll wheel Zurgo, because by now no one else should be on the mono red train, so no one else should want Zurgo. Well, we've got Plateau or Skull Clamp or Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune can be good with a bunch of burn spells, but I think more likely you'd be wheeling your opponent to find their answers against your deck. So I'm not into it. Skull Clamp can draw you cards off of things like Drinker Satyr and Jackal Pup. I'm going to take it. I don't think we're going to play it. We could take Plateau, but we're not going to play that either. It's Vintage Cube. Well, now we've got some pretty crap choices here. Through the Breach, you may put a creature onto the battlefield. That creature gains haste. That's cool if you've got like Emrakul or something. Not cool if you're hasting out Eidolon of the Great Revel. Mana Flare can be good, but it would be more likely to ramp our opponents against us. Rainforest gets Taiga, so we'll take a Rainforest for now, but we're not necessarily going to play it. This is the one bad thing about drafting mono red is it's like there's sometimes where you're like sitting there kind of bored because none of the cards are relevant to you. All right, let's see what we get. Shrine of Burning Rage. That's what I'm talking about. So if you don't know, this is one of the best cards in the burn format. Every turn it gets a charge counter on it, and every time you play a red spell it gets another charge counter on it, and you pay 3 and it deals that number of damage to any target. So it starts off, oh, it could do 1 damage, then it could do 2 damage, and then you play a red spell and another turn goes by and it's up to 4, and then it goes up to 5, and you play another red spell and it goes to 6. Pretty soon in a couple turns it's going to do 9 damage and you only have to get them down to 11. So it's like hugely, it warps the game of the play of the game. As soon as you play that, your opponent either needs to kill it or get busy killing you. Interesting. We have Young Peasy, Young Pyromancer, or Direfleet Daredevil. You may cast that card this turn and may spend any mana as though it were mana of any type to cast the spell. So this card is pretty awesome. I just don't think a lot of times if we have a 2-drop, we're going to want to cast it on turn 2. So we're going to take the Young Pyromancer. Although I'm interested to see how Direfleet Daredevil plays out in this cube. I think it would be fun to play with. And we're going to take Mana Vault. I talked about before. It can get in for damage. You can pay to make it a 2/2, which can be really good if they have like board wipes against you. Smokestack's alright, but it's not exactly what we're trying to do. I like O-Ring if we had white, but we're not really going to be splashing it. We'll take O-Ring though. We're not going to play Smokestacks. Tangle Wire we might actually play, because Tangle Wire is good. It just kind of slows them down. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, the player taps an untapped artifact, creature, or land for each fade counter on Tangle Wire. So it just like stops them from doing stuff. Look, I called it. Zergo came back to us. He loves us. We got the Plateau for the Oblivion Ring, although we're still not likely to play it. And we'll take Mana Flare, I guess, and Selfless Spirit. Selfless Spirit could actually be good if we play against a deck with a couple of board wipes. But like I said, most of the time, don't overthink it with the red. You just want to do damage and get in. If you start trying to play around other strategies, you'll slow your deck down so much that you don't win. Ooh, isn't this a spicy new toy? So last year this was not in the cube because this card didn't exist. You may look at the top card of your library. You may play the top card of your library. You can't play cards from your hand. This card is sweet because we have a bunch of like cheap cards. So you could play Experimental Frenzy and next turn play like, 2 or 3 cards, especially if you hit a land. Otherwise, Burst Lightning is also very good. And Revoker is very good too, because it stops mana artifacts and it stops planeswalkers. I'm going to take the Revoker And hopefully one of these awesome red cards comes back to me. Because like I said before, it's 4 mana. You don't really want to be at 4 mana all the time unless it's really winning you the game. Char is a pretty good choice here. It deals 4 damage. Oh, cough, cough, cough. Cough is a way to win the game with 4 mana because it creates a bunch of 4/4. It kind of gets in for 4 each turn if they don't have blockers. I'll take the cough. Consideration to Char and Rakdos Signet and Coercive Portal, but if we're getting to 4 mana, we want to try to kill them that turn. So I think we want to do Cough and hope Char wheels. Interesting choices here. We have Rakdos Return. If we were splashing black would be cool. Goblin Dark Dwellers. When Goblin Dark Dwellers enters the battlefield, you may cast instant sorcery with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard. I mean, that's a burn spell. Imperial Recruiter can get Young Pyromancer or Eidolon. Scrap Heap Scrounger can just be a 3/2. We won't be able to return it unless we pick up a black thing. I'm gonna take the 3/2 for 2, and maybe we'll pick up a black land. I just don't think Goblin Dark Dwellers is fast enough. Non-basic lands are mountains. Boom! Kick it. That is what we want. In this format, there are so many decks splashing tons of things, and this is going to slow them down a ton. Our deck doesn't have a lot of interaction, and this is a way to deal with these combo spell-based decks without stopping our game plan. We're still playing a 2/2 on turn 3, so that's good. Magma Jet can be very good too, but we're going for the Magus, and we want to hope to get some burn spells. Thundermaw is a really good 5-drop, but like I said, we're trying to avoid 5-drops. We're taking Lightning Strike. We want some burn spells. Interesting, we have Copperline Gorge, Pia and Kira Nalar, and Walking Ballista. Walking Ballista can be good late game because it just deals damage. Pia and Kira Nalar can be good because it just deals damage. Wow, sounds like I'm repeating myself. Copperline Gorge fixes us for the Xenagos. Now I think we actually play the Xenagos. Abbot Carol Keep is good because it's a 2/1 prowess on turn 2, and if you get it later, you can actually cast an extra spell off it. Consideration to Dismember, which is just a way to deal with big creatures that otherwise we would just lose to, but we'll go with the Abbot. Manic Vandal is very good against some decks because it just kills artifacts, and there's tons of artifacts in this format. We're going to keep it, put it on the sideboard for now. Experimental Frenzy, we're going to keep it and maybe play it. I'm not sure. Well, we'll put it in now, but 4/4 drops isn't really where we want to be. Char, baby. Char, broil it. This is a 6-drop, but the trick here is you sacrifice 2 mountains. You don't actually play 6 mana. That's why it's so good. Comes out of nowhere. Imagine a turn 3. Turn 1, you play Zergo. Turn 2, you swing and deal 2 damage and play Abbot of Carol Keep. Then you swing and do another 4 damage. They're down to 14. And you do a couple other things. And then all of a sudden, you Char and Fire Blast in the same turn to deal 7 damage in a turn. That's pretty brutal. We could Recruiter or O-Stone. I guess we'll O-Stone, but I don't really see us bringing it in. Porcelain Legionnaire is actually good. 3/1 first strike can get things done. And you play it on turn 2, because you pay the 2 life every time. Since we don't have white mana. Alright. Thousand Year Storm would be fun to play in a burn deck because you could just copy your burn spells a bunch, but another draft, we'll try it. Save that for another day. Well, we got one of our 2 cards we really wanted, which was the Shrine. We didn't get Sulfuric Vortex, but you don't need those to win. It just helps. Take the Sphinx, I guess. We're not playing it. Dauntless Bodyguard. Cool. Now we have to think, do we want Power Stone in there? I think the answer is very clear no. Or would we rather have Manic Vandal than Experimental Frenzy? Probably. I think we're going to start it like this. Then we'll add Manic Vandal if we need to. Misty Rainforest just gets Taiga, so we don't really want to play it because what if we draw Taiga and then we just have a dead card? Yeah, we could play Manic Vandal, and that's really the only card I'm thinking about. Skull Clamp could come in on the sideboard maybe, but I say let's do it. I think we have a really good shot at kicking some butt here. A lot of times people draft these like dirtily do-nothing decks in Magic Online, and especially for Vintage Cube, because there's just so many cool cards, so many things you want to do, and when you stick to a specific strategy, you can just usually, you can beat a lot of those kind of like clunkier, awkward decks. This card, this hand looks pretty good, especially if they play an artifact, so we will hope that they play like some cool artifact or something, and we can grudge it. Play Sapphire, I guess. Play a Signet Aurephelos. That is absolutely disgusting. We do not want to see that. This turn we will Tangle Wire and Tangle Wire the Aurephelos down, buying us a little bit of time. Alright, so now we want to do the fading first. So you click this, then the fading happens, so it goes down to 3. Then we have to tap 3. And we will tap Tangle Wire, tap Mox, tap land. And hopefully we draw 1 land. We draw Zurgo. We're going to play Zurgo. Taste the pain. We're slowing them down. This doesn't seem that good for us, because he's gonna have access to 3 mana probably, and we've done 0 damage, which is pretty awful. Sylvan Library. Okay, that's actually not so bad because it doesn't help him that much. We want to fade first for sure. We're gonna tap Tangle Wire and tap Sapphire. We are going to attack with Zurgo. Play Porcelain for 2 life and pass. We could have maybe tapped Zurgo and we would have been able to play a Koth, but we didn't, and that's okay. Interesting. A Leovold and a Joraga. That'll be okay. That's gonna be alright. Okay, we want to fade first, and then we'll just tap the Tangle Wire. Alright, so we've got 7 damage in hand. We don't have to do that much to him. So let's pop a Cough, make a Mountain, get Buck Wild, and we will attack with these bad boys for 7. If they don't block, we can just kill them next turn. They're blocking with the Leovold. Cool. This seems good for us. We just really need them not to like play Worm Coil Engine or some life game thing. Although I guess Worm Coil Engine we could Ancient Grudge maybe. We don't want them to play like Mindslaver, Emrakul. You get an emblem. Mountains control have tap, deal 1 damage to any target. So that'd be good if we just get to Ultimate Koth. Oh, this is scary. Scary, scary big thing. Oh, Genesis Wave for 7. Okay, we can still beat this. He's going to get a Nissa, a Devoted Druid, and another Nissa. Okay, yeah, we can still win. We can still win. I mean, I wouldn't bet my money on it, but we still can. I mean, they're at 11 life and we have 7 burn in hand. We can get something done here. You got 2 blockers now. Three blockers now. What do we do? I think we sit back and relax. We up Koth. Don't attack. And then next turn we can ultimate Koth to deal a bunch of damage and win, hopefully. If they play an Emrakul or something, you know, we're screwed, but there wasn't much we could do about it anyway. End of turn, we're going to incinerate them. We're only keeping this up in case there's a time where we would want to use it to save Koth. Oh, they've got like all the mana they need. We just have to put our hands together and hope they've got nothing. Edric Spymaster. Okay, that's fine. You can draw a bunch of cards. Please don't be Crater Hoof. Kozilek. When you cast the spell, draw 4 cards. Okay, this is alright. This is okay. This is okay. Because we'll incinerate for 3, fire blast for 2, and cough them for 4. Or fire blast for 4, cough 4, incinerate 3. We still win if they don't kill Koth this turn. Ooh, please don't play a land, because then we might not win. Because we really only have 4, 7. Okay, okay, this is fine. This is fine. Okay, this is A-okay. We are gonna make it. Yeah, we're gonna make it. We are gonna make it after all. Okay, this is an easy block here. I think we're gonna win here. It doesn't have trample, right? Okay, good. Incinerate your face. Okay, cool. Play this. Mountains control have deal damage. And we sacrifice for the win! This is why I love this deck. Turn 7 we won and they had a million things on the board, but we still kicked their booty. Ancient Grudge seemed bad. We saw a ton of their deck and they seem to have no artifacts. What would we like instead? Probably a Manic Vandal. Even though that also kills artifacts, it's at least a 2/2. They still probably have an artifact. And we don't really want to be playing O-Stone. We could. That's an option, but it's not a very good one. If it gets to the point where we're hoping to draw O-Stone, we've probably already lost. Now, I could be wrong. If this game proves us wrong, then, you know, I take it back. I take it all back, baby. This hand is okay. We'll keep... We have a way to deal with the Rofellos or something if we have to. Play Raging Ravine and pass. Is he gonna attack for 1? Boom, getting in there. I like your moxie. Like your style, kid. No play with 3 mana on turn 2. I like that. Play a Copperline because it comes untapped right now. And we'll play the Porcelain Legionnaire first. Because it is more likely to get in there. Next turn we can Scrap Heap and Lightning Bolt, or we can Port and Lightning Bolt, so that's kind of nice. We'll just see what they play. We could also just Char. I like keeping Char because doing 4 damage to the face, their face, is a lot better. I'd keep both if they do nothing. That'd be fine. If they don't play anything, we're definitely gonna just port them. Oh, look, there's an artifact. They exiled What? Is that a Vraska? Can I see it, bruh? Yeah, it's Vraska. Okay. Maelstrom Pulse, our Porcelain Legionnaire. Yep, that's okay by me. Ooh, I don't like that. Because it'll gain them life. So, play Scrap Heap. And bolt the ooze before it can get up there. Next turn, we have enough to... We can port them. We can't ravine yet. Garrick. Garrick. Garrick the bike man. Alright, we are going to start off by attacking Garrick. See if they block. They do. That's what we wanted. And now we will char Garrick. And the reason we want to get rid of Garrick is because next turn it was going to draw him 3 cards, and he's going to have 1 card this turn. Courser of Krufix is an excellent card to draw against us, but what can we do? Oh, you exalted me? Whatever, bruh. We're going to attack with Raging Ravine because it will either kill Corfix. We could start porting their island, but I think starting in on this is gonna have a higher possibility that we start winning the game. We've got them down to 0 cards in hands, and now we're attacking with a 4/4 this turn, a 5/5 next turn. They're gonna be able to search for a card, but that whatever. They can Green Suns. Have fun with that. What you gonna get? They're gonna do Noble Hierarch? See, this what really stinks is we got 2 lands in hand. We really don't need that in our deck. We don't have an X spell. We don't have like a Banefire or Balefire. Or a Bonfire of the Damned. Bonfire of the Damned would be amazing against their green elf deck. Leovold. Oh, they're going to Pound Town. Next turn they can attack for 5. It'd go to 6. I can attack for 5 and make them go to 12. Let's attack this turn. The bad part of this is next turn they're going to draw cards, but I can't stop that anymore. Block with Leovold? No, they didn't. Darn. I could have thought about porting the island, but it doesn't really matter that much because they have Noble Hierarch. Alright, attack for a bunch, draw a bunch of cards. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they can't cast Kozilek yet, at least. Well, now they'll be able to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They'll put 9 on thing. Next turn, they'll probably cast Kozilek to try to win. And they probably will win with it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can keep them off Kozilek for one turn by Rishadon port. 2, 3, 4. And we can attack with Raging Ravine. If we do, they don't block and they kill us on the swing back. It's not looking good for us here. I think we port and we Pyromancer. And that's not a very sexy play. The deck is not going to work when you draw this many lands. It's not designed to. I think we only play like 16 lands. Alright, they have as much mana as they want. I forgot to port them too, though. That was pretty bad. Good game. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh, Shuffler! All of our lands, man. Playing 16 lands. Should we get rid of a land? Out of Superstition? Maybe. Put in an O stone? Doesn't seem very good. Yes, we want to play first. This O stone could have been a land. Would that have been better? Probably. But let's keep it. We are going to Pyromancer next turn. And then Lightning Strike whatever they have. Most likely. Unless they play like a super good card here. Yeah. We'll let the bird live, bruh. We could Shrine here. I think more likely we are going to want to kill like a Raphellos or something here. Kodama's Reach. Okay, well that's fine. We can deal with that. We can deal with that. Alright, we'd like to draw a spell here. But we've got the Shrine, and we've got 7 damage in hand. So we're getting close to winning already. Just have to, like, we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. We're gonna bolt the Edric, attack with Young Peasy. We either kill a Devoted Druid or we deal 2 damage with it. And we stop them from drawing cards. And we get a little dude out of it. And a rage counter. Cool. Attack, 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 attack. Can't stop me. Alright, we're looking pretty good. We got 3. Still got 7 in hand. 2 on the board here. We're getting close. We're getting close. Uh-oh, uh-oh. They got a big boy here. They got a big boy. Avenger. Oh, it's so scary. It's so scary. The Avenger. Okay, now we have to think for a second. If I O-stone, I kill our Shrine. If I don't O-stone, they might just kill us. So that's 4 damage, but they're probably going to play land, and that'd be 8 damage. Then the next turn, and we have to chump with Avenger. Chump Avenger. Got 3 cards in hand. Let's O-Stone, because it might be the only way to win at some point. And we hope we don't have to crack this baddie. Wow, they're really playing everything into my O-Stone, huh? They seem to not care. Okay, I'm very glad to play the O-Stone. Now we basically just have to draw land. We have to draw land. And yikes, we got a lot of damage to block. So we can block here and take 10. Would I rather keep a token around for next turn? No. Let's take it. Draw land. Land. Slightly worse than a land. It's slightly worse because it will die to our Oblivion Stone. We're going to kill our shrine, which stinkaroonies. We will... Oh, shoot. We needed 5 mana for that. We lost. We just don't have the mana. I mean, we can block here and we'd take 12. We can't stop them. They got the best of us this time. Alright. We lost to the big green ramp deck. But that doesn't mean the dream is dead. The dream of getting 3rd through 5th place, I think. Going 2 and 3. That's all you really need. Hopefully we can show you the power of the mono red deck. You saw it in the first match. We kind of won out of nowhere when they had a million things on the board. Second and third match, we just didn't match their explosive starts. Alright. Let's see what victim we have before us. Yes, we'll play first. Alright, Jackal Pup, Lightning Bolt, Magus of the Moon. We'll keep this bad boy. Hopefully next turn I would like to draw Eidolon of the Great Revel. Look at that cute puppy. Aw, she's even got a tattoo of her puppy. Aw, he's a cute puppy. I like how it's signed on the picture, Van Camp, and illustrated by Susan Van Camp. Too bad that puppy's gonna eat your face, dog. It's an angry jackal. It's gonna get you. Whoa. Oh, come on, shock yourself, dude. Our Magus of the Moon is gonna be nice against that. Well, I mean, come on. Marcus, I know you don't have a spell. There isn't a spell that does anything for no mana. We don't have Gut Shot in this. Alright, deal 2 damage. We're officially winning. We're officially winning. Alright, do nothing here. Just play nothing, have nothing. No counters. The Signet. Well, that's alright, I guess. We can handle that. Play Maggie Daggy. The reason we didn't bolt them at the end of the turn is because it's possible that we would want bolt later to bolt something out of the way so that we could deal 4 damage with our guys. So we don't want to use the 3 damage if it's going to give us 4 damage later. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Alright. 16 to 20. Basically in an unlosable situation here. Not really. But the Magus cut them off of red, which is cool. This is just a mountain now. Or it cut them off of blue. So hopefully they've got a bunch of blue cards in their hand that can't do anything. And they can't sacrifice the Bloodstained Mire either. What the heck? You're gonna do me like that, Flame Tongue, after all we've been through? Doing me dirty, dog. Alright, what we're gonna do, we're gonna play Cough, untap a mountain, bolt the Kavu, get in there for 2 with that Jackal, baby, because I'm guessing his deck is not going to have more creatures. To stop my mountains in the coming turns. But we'll see. Let's go, baby. Gonna have to pay 1 life for that Bloodstained Mire, dude. Can't feel good. What I wouldn't want to see is like O-Stone, Oblivion Ring on my Cough. That's what I think he would have, that I fear the most. The other bad thing would be like Fact or Fiction or Gifts Ungiven. Maybe Glenalandra would be really tough to deal with. Ever-flowing Chalice for 2. Alright, let's draw Ancient Grudge. That would be pretty freaking sweet. Well, we're getting really close to just beating their booties. I didn't play the mountain first because it's come up before. If you untap, it untaps the mountain and becomes a 4/4, but it doesn't give it haste. So if you accidentally click on the wrong mountain, you don't actually get to swing for damage, and it feels horrible, and you like want to cry. So that's like a little pro tip from me to you. Alright, next turn we can do 5 damage with the Cough ultimate, and we can char them for 4. So we, maybe I should have charred them. That might have been a big mistake, but we're gonna have to live with it. It's unlikely that they have some counter, but it could happen. What do you got? Mere Battlesphere? I 100% don't care, dude. You could play... I'll let you play 2 of those, man. We're gonna crack a lack of this char on them. Get charred like a grill, dog. Hooah. Turns out mountains deal damage. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Deal 1 damage. That could have been very, very bad. There, he sees the line. Sorry, Marcus, we beat you. Looks like he's got a lot of artifacts, so we will play Manic Vandal, and we will get rid of Mountain? Sounds good to me. Who needs mountains in a red deck? Alright, I'm feeling really good about this matchup. He didn't really play too much. He had a Flame Tongue Kavu and a Mere Battle Sphere. So that gave us plenty of time to just start doing things. We got 2 trophies, and we're not winning one this time. Both of my trophies I won with like really cool reanimator decks. One was blue-black, and one was green, black, blue with like Oath of Druids. It was really fun. We're gonna keep this sucker. It seems like a really good hand. Zurgo's Jackal, Abbott. I like it. The only bad thing is they get to go first, but we don't really get to control that. What? What the what? Huh. Dang it, Bobby. We're going to play Jackal Pup first, because it's quite possible that we want to dash Zurgo. Like, say they play a Jace here. Say they play Gruul Signet here. Well, now I'm not sure. Do I want to do Zurgo dash or Zurgo attack? We're going to go Zurgo attack, I guess. Just regular old Zurgo. Oh, well. We could play Abbott, but we want to play... I want to play Abbott next turn so that we can use its trigger to play a card off of our library, hopefully. We might not. Now they've got 5 men on turn 3. This is the power Vintage Cube, baby. Hopefully they just don't have much to do with it. I mean, they could just play things we don't care about. Play a Coercive Portal or something. Thraggy Daggy. I mean, that's got to be one of the worst cards for us to see. That is very awful. But we'll keep playing. Play Abbott. Let's hope we get a mountain here. Mountain, 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 mountain. Fire Drinker Satyr. That would have been nice. It's looking bad for the home team here. Alright. That is a way to get right back in this game, baby. Shrine of the Burning Rage. If they've got a counter, this is the thing to counter. Alright, and then I'm going to attack with the Abbott. He either trades or takes 3, and I am happy with either. I know he gets a 3/3 out of it, which is still pretty good, but we can Mizium Mortars that. Alright. We've defeated half of a Thragtusk. And we're actually in it now. Now that we have Shrine, there's a possibility we pull this baby off. It might be my hardest job yet. But if anyone's up for it, it's our deck. It's Jackal Pup and Zurgo Bellstriker. I think Zurgo has a pet dog. He's clearly got some sort of like war horse or war camel, war rhino maybe. But does he? You think he have a puppy? A cute puppy. You've got the experimental frenzy. Well, that's dangerous when they've got that much mana, but I mean, what are you gonna do? We're gonna have to try to beat their booties. Experimental frenzy. One thing I don't like is we don't get to see what they have with experimental frenzy. This would be a fun time if we had Wheel of Fortune to side it in and play it against experimental frenzy. Alright, we are going to Mizium the Beast. Because we get in for 4 damage that way. And we'll hold Bolt up. And our shrine is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. Like a little baby that eats his Wheaties every morning. We'll just hope they don't have much to do. Like, maybe Mere Battlesphere is like the best thing in their deck and they're just waiting to try to get to it. You got a kill spell? Beast Within. What are they? They're Beast Withinning their own forest? That makes me think it's... I'm gonna bolt the beast. We're getting in for 4, and I think we just need to start getting damage done. Otherwise, they will eventually pull away with this experimental frenzy. I don't think we got time to sit around getting beat up by a beast within. They can only play cards off the top of their deck with experimental frenzy, so that kind of helps. In some ways, hurts in some ways. They could just hit another land on top of their deck and then they're stuck. No, it looks like they got something going. What you got? What you got? What you got? We're hoping we draw a land next turn. What is this? Create a 1/1 colors artifact token with Defender. I sure don't like that. That's not what I'm about. Oh no, I just played with a pen that was on my desk and it got ink all over my hands. Can I touch my mouse and keyboard without getting ink all over it? I don't know. We're gonna use like I'll use my like pinkies because they don't have ink on it. Playing with pinkies, guys, it's a huge advantage for him. Taking away some of my best fingers, but you know, sometimes you gotta play through the pain and play with your ring. No, I think my fingers are good. They're just covered in black ink now. I should be good, as long as I don't like rub my face and get ink all over my face. All right, so we have a couple options. We could incinerate the construct to attack Duretti. Ooh, they might play something that doesn't make that an option. O-Stone. O-Stone. Stop. O-Stone. Well, I don't like that. O-Stone's a good way to kill our shrine. And everything else that we love and know and love. You may sacrifice an artifact if you destroy a target artifact or creature. I mean, that also is good against Shrine of Burning Rage. This game is slowly getting out of hand. What makes them pop the O-Stone? We can incinerate the construct and kill the ready, and hopefully that makes them pop O-Stone, and then we can play Koth and Porcelain. Hope to win off of that. Think that's the line, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else. Taste the pain, as I like to say. Attacked already, attacked already. We want to make them pop this O-Stone because they're scared of our shrine. All right, Marcus, what you got? What you got? They could start putting fate counters on stuff, although right now they can only really do it on like artifacts or experimental frenzy. It doesn't seem that good. If they draw Mirror Battlesphere, that would be a really good draw for them. Whoa. Whoa, that is a very good draw. Kolagon's command. Come on, dude. That's hardly fair. What you got a counter? You ever seen one of these before? It's in a merfolk's hands. Ooh. And we're gonna play Cough. And we're gonna try to attack and get in there. We'll attack with a Jackal Pup. It's just so likely the Jackal Pup dies anyway. Keeps pressure off of our Cough. Oh, interesting. They want to fate counter their experimental frenzy. Sure, dude. Does that mean they're going to pop it this turn? It's important to note they do have Stirring Wildwood now. Yep, I think they're popping it because they're using all their artifact mana first. That's fine. Kill Cough. I mean, I think I'm losing this game, but we could draw like Porcelain Legionnaire into Hazoret and go to town. You know, what would be really nice would be they pop O-Stone and we draw Magus of the Moon. That would be super awesome. Then they'd just be sitting there with a bunch of mountains instead of a man land and a bunch of fixing. They're thinking real hard, Marcus. Come on, Marcus. Think faster. Destroy each non-land permanent. Okie dokie. Any order. My deck doesn't really care about that. I think I would like to draw Magus of the Moon. Land Hazoret, maybe? Yeah, sure. Hit me for 3. I don't care, dude. Young Peasy. Alright, alright. We'll get on the P train. I'll remember never to say get on the P train ever again. Gross. But we'll start a Young Pyromancer off. Flame Tongue. Sometimes the Kavu gets you, and sometimes you get the Kavu. This is one of my favorite cards, though. Flame Tongue Kavu is sweet. We could have drafted him. We didn't. But look at him. He's just like, bah, barfing on that pterodactyl. Good job, Pete Venters. Copperline Gorge tapped, and we will play a Porcelain Legionnaire, which blocks Kavu, doesn't block Stirring Wildwood. But that's okay. You can't win them all. Coalition Relic. This dude's got tons of artifacts. Ancient Grudge would have been so good early in this match. And he's at 7 cards in hand. So when he pops this, it's going to be good for him. Yeah, Experimental Frenzy seems pretty good for a deck where you've got access to so much mana. Yep, you got me. Don't think there's much we can do, but we're gonna try. Ancient Grudge. Well, let's just start off by killing that now. And we've got the flashback for later. I don't know if it'll ever come up. I think we need Hazoret to win, basically. Hazoret or bust. Because it's indestructible. It blocks everything. We can start discarding cards. What you got? What you got? What you got? What you got? Raging Ravine. Well, darn. That really puts rocks in my muffin. I think we gotta get Hazoret this turn. Even if we get Hazoret, I'm not sure it matters anymore. 2 life. I didn't really look at that. What's he gonna discard? What you got, Marcus AP? Oh, one of our worst draws. They don't even have an artifact we can Ancient Grudge. Maybe they can play one. We can grudge our own Tingleware. Wait, what? They just conceded and quit the game. Why? Dude. You could have just tapped 4 lands and swung and killed me. Marcus, what went wrong in your little head there, man? You had the win. We would have played a game 3. Did you get tired? Did you have to go to the bathroom or something? I don't know, Marcus. I don't know. Let's see who we get in stage 3. Match 3. Oh no, I missed it. We will rejoin shortly. Alright, we're 1-1. We had a guy concede to us, so that was kind of weird, but we're in a good spot for match 3, I think. The red deck is pretty good. I think we can do some damage here. They're going to get to play first. Boo. This is not a great hand, but I'm going to keep it. We'll keep. Whoa, mulligan to 5? Hot damn. All right, baby. We are in this to win this. This is looking good. Oh, a little mirror match. As I like to say, 2 can play at that game. Burst lightning, totes unfair. Soul ring, holy shit. That's better than Mock Sapphire. You could play Abbott. We're gonna keep Abbott for now. Should have played Mutavault. That would have made sense. Why I didn't, I'll never know. Let's see what you got. What you got? What you got? What you got? What you got? Free click. Yeah, goblin, duder. Coalition relic in your mono red deck. What are you thinking, dog? We are gonna play Abbott. Let's see what we hit. Raging Ravine. We'll cast Raging Ravine. And Sapphire. Oh! Duh! I could have saved that for next turn to get a prowess trigger. I forgot. It's been a long day since my... Well, a long time since my monastery mentor days. Which, I mean, do you think they were probably buddies, right? Monastery mentor, Abbot of Carroll Keep. They might have been in the same monastery. From the same set, right? Or same block, human monks. They got blue in their burn deck? That's totally not fair. What you got here, dog? Show it off. Let your flag fly. What you got? What you got? What you got? Gifts ungiven? Seething Song. We got some sort of crazy storm deck. It's going to be 1,000-Year Storm. Burst Lightning. Oh, are they going to do like Warrens? Empty the Warrens? As I always say, two can play at that game. Because we have our own Experimental Frenzy. Not our own bunch of mana, though. We want to play Mutavault now, and then Experimental Frenzy. And we will pass the turn and bolt something. The reason we played a land is because if there was a land on top, we would want to leave it on top because we want to draw lands because we don't want to play them anymore. If that makes sense. What you got? 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 Oh, fart. I forgot to do that. Well, whatever. We're going to make Mutavault a 2/2 and attack. And if we have a good reason, we can Fire Blast. But most likely, we're going to draw Fire Blast, and we will just have it in our hand for when and if we have to explode Experimental Frenzy. I should have bolted them at the end of their turn. I punted. I screwed it up. But we don't lose the card. We just have it in our hand now. And once Experimental Frenzy is gone, if we decide to kill it, we can cast it. Oh, what do they got? Draw a card, draw a card, draw a card. Do they remember they have Experimental Frenzy in play? I mean, if anything, you think they would have drawn a card, draw a card. And, well, I guess it was on top of their deck, so they had to. Yeah, I guess I wasn't thinking about that. Now, are they going to just blow up Experimental Frenzy? Estoy esperando, free click. ¿Puedo jugar? Glorybringer. I don't think it's worth sacrificing 2 mountains to kill Glorybringer. I'm going to play Reshut on Port and another mountain. Yuck. One, two, three, four, five, six. So we can make Mutavault attack for 2, end of turn, blow up Experimental Frenzy. And I think that's what we're going to do. Now we want them to play creatures so that we can Mizzium Mortars multiple creatures. That would be cool. That's what I was gonna do. Free click. Copycat. Tramposa. Come on, free click. I really like his Goblin though. Goblin War Chief. Pass Thermite. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Untapping their Soul Ring. That's okay. We want them to play more creatures. Play more creatures. Play more creatures. Play more creatures. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has tap, create a token, except it has haste. Luckily, this has Summoning Sickness, so we don't have to destroy Experimental Frenzy and Fire Blast it right now. Glorybringer gonna hit us like a big old jerk. And we're going to destroy Experimental Frenzy. And we're going to cast Mizzium Mortars. This is not how the normal mono red deck plays out most of the time. They got a counter. Remand. Okie dokie. You can remand it. And we will bolt it. And honestly, I'm gonna take 4 damage and Mizzium Mortars next turn on the Glorybringer. But we're getting close to the point where we can just cast, we can cast Fire Blast just full strength, or we can kill mountains and we don't really care about them anymore. We're in bad shape. We're just drawing too many lands. This is the problem. We should not play lands in our deck. All spells. We would not get very far. What you got, Free Click? Dig through time. Having the blue is spicier, but our deck should in theory be faster because it's got a bunch of like small creatures that can get things done. They're at like 10 mana. We don't even ever want to be at 10 mana. What you got, dog? It's ready. 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 Sacrifice an artifact. If you do, destroy a target artifact or creature. Okay, well. Yep. I assume they're going to create a 1/1 dude. Nope, they're going to destroy my... What are they destroying? I really don't know what happened there. Oh, he was gonna target his own. He targeted his own thing on accident. Yeah, we're gonna... This just does too much damage to us. We're gonna kill the Glorybringer now. And then next turn we'll Mortars it. If they have a counter, congratulations. You win, Free Click. You beat me. But I hope you didn't. Because next turn we can Mizzium Mortars Kiki Jiki attacked, ready to kill it. We're in pretty good shape. What you got, dude? You got it or you don't? Mana Drain. Nice. Well, I guess we'll Mizzium Mortars everything next turn. We'll see what we draw, I guess. Well, we can Mizzium Mortars it all, or we can kill Doretti, play Jackal Pup. We can kill Glorybringer. kill direct. So what do we want to have? What do we want them to have? Do we want them to have Kiki Jiki alive or Doretti alive? If we leave Doretti alive, they're going to create artifacts that kill all of our creatures. I guess we're going to kill... We're going to let them have Kiki Jiki and just hope they don't have... hope they don't have creatures to Kiki Jiki with. And hopefully that's good enough. Next turn we'll trade with Jackalpup. If they want, we'll go down to 2 life. Won't feel good, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Bring it, Legendary Goblin. It is a very cool card. And I like the art is him summoning a dragon, and that's literally what he did last turn with Glorybringer. I get 2 damage from the Jackalpup. The pup giveth and the pup taketh away. I mean, we just couldn't win with all these lands. We want to stay at like 3 lands, basically. Alright. We're taking in Manic Vandal. We're taking out Tanglewire. We're going hard. We're going ham. We're going to beat their bottoms. Yes, we're playing first. Yes, we're keeping this. Keep. Play Raging Ravine. Next turn we'll play Eidolon. Then we'll play... I guess we'll see what they play. We might grudge something. We might port something. Alright. Taste the pain. They do not have chat on, clearly. Alright. We're playing Eidolon first because it slows them down. Keeps them from doing a bunch of little things. Yep, hurts them. See? We punish them for playing things like that. We're going to attack first. In case they have a spell for it. We're going to grudge this. We will taste our own pain, but that's okay. We're meant to taste the pain. We don't care. We don't care about our own life, man. We only care about keeping them down. Alright. We're going to attack first, in case they have a way to kill Eidolon, and we save ourselves a little bit of life. I'll play Port. I'm going to play Shrine. Take the damage. And on their upkeep, unlock my thing, upkeep, we will port them to cut them off blue. Alright, it's all coming together, guys. It's all coming together. If they don't play anything here, we're in really good shape. Even if they do play something, we're in pretty darn good shape. Playing this out because I think it'll help us win more than it could possibly keep us from winning. We're gonna tap that bad boy again. Taste the pain. Experimental Frenzy? Oh my gosh. I mean, I think we just got you there. Right? I mean, we attack for 7 and shrine ya. I think that's it. That's all she wrote. Unless there's a secret spell I don't know about. Perhaps some sort of Yu-Gi-Oh! Exodia card. They have exactly 5 cards in hand, so if they had the 5 cards of Exodia, we would lose if we were playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay. Well, that went extremely well, so let's just do that exactly again. Come on. Come on. They gotta have nothing, and we gotta have everything. But you saw that's how the deck worked. We played a bunch of, like, 2/2s and, like, a couple burn spells and, like, I don't know, like an okay land that... And we won. So that's, like, how the deck is supposed to work every time. It doesn't always happen. We'll keep. We got Pyromancer, Bolt, Charkoth. I mean, we got spells. Mulligan, 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 mulligan. Cinco, 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 cinco. Cinco, cinco. Quattro, 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 quattro. Well, they kept 5, but that's good for us. No one's happy about keeping to 5. But then they draw a Soul Ring? That is disgusting. Luckily, we have 2 very good 4-drops. If we end up flooding on land, we will still have a chance here. 4 mana and nothing to do. That is good for us. Play a Young Peasy. Maybe they counter it. Maybe they don't. I'm not too worried. What do we got? A Remand? Yeah. Yeah. I can live with that. Yeah, I think I can handle a little Remand. Basically, we want to... Well, next turn we'll probably play Young Pyromancer and keep Bolt up. But eventually, we want to play Hazoret that can't be countered, and we'll kick some butt. Darling, it's you. Bow, 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 bow. Hazoret is a legendary creature god. Made by who? Chase Stone. That's a pretty cool Anubis. Looks like the trident is like kind of weird behind their head, but whatever. I was not a huge fan of the Amonkhet art, but maybe I'm just a hater. Experimental Frenzy with Hazoret is interesting. I don't know if that's super good or not. We're going to Bolt because we just want to start doing damage. And we want to get our Hazoret online soon. So we want to get rid of things. Okay, okay, okay. So... we want to play Koth. Play Koth. Play a mountain. Play a mountain. And it's on the left. So we want to not pick that one. We're going to pick one in the middle then. Alright, now we're going to attack. We're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. They could discard, play a land, discard, and then attack, I guess. We'll see. We'll see what they do. Firebolt the Peasy. Okay. If they pass without... If they don't get Hazoret going, then I'm very happy. Yes. Just like I said, I'm very happy. Alright. We're going to grudge this, and we're going to hold up Lightning Strike. And we've got Char too, and Hazoret. So we're in like what I would like to call Fat City. We're doing pretty good. This is exactly what our deck is designed to do. Just keep pressure and keep it going. They play big things, but we're doing enough damage that it doesn't really matter. Like, you could play Emrakul and we'd still probably win. Because we would just sacrifice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we drew a land... Well, we could still lose. But you know what I mean? Maybe not Emrakul, but you could play a lot of creatures and planeswalkers and we'd still win. Free click, why are you waiting, dog? Did he say something to me? I don't want to say good game or anything because he could still very well win if they have a good card. It could be a Growl Goblin, I'm sorry. Yeah. It's hard to remember to say they every time, but I'm trying. Come on, free click. Why you gotta slow roll me like that? I think they're trying to figure out if they want to discard a card or not, and if they do, what card should they discard? Or the other option for them is to blow up Experimental Frenzy, and they have to figure that out exactly now. So I think they're trying to figure out what's more likely to keep them alive. I'm imagining them with like an abacus and like 2 Excel spreadsheets and like maybe they're like going to their library and like they've actually got like their own Magic cards that are exactly the same as their deck, and they're like shuffling it up and drawing it out and saying like, 5 out of 10 times it works better if I do this. I mean, that would be pretty cool, but I'm pretty sure they're just slow thinking. I don't think they're being mean. Sometimes, people slow roll to waste your time. I don't think that's what's happening. It could happen. People seem to have a big problem with that don't play Magic Online. They think like a lot of people are really mean in chat and always waste time. And it really doesn't happen as much as people think. Most of the time people are pretty nice on Magic Online. If you screw something up and like you're confused, usually they'll like explain it like, oh, actually the way the rule works is this. Sometimes though you do seem to wait a long time. A lot of times if this happens, I'll just say, you there? I know chat has recently been changed so that they don't necessarily always see it unless they want to see chat. So maybe they'll never know I typed to them, but I don't, yeah. Well, I guess I can tell you while we're waiting, about a long time ago, the Magic Online chess clocks were broken. And it wouldn't happen all that often, but they discarded Mana Drain instead of playing it on one of my spells, I guess. Oh, so they could have Mana Drained the Ancient Grudge, but didn't. Okay. That's fine. See, he was there thinking. He wasn't just being a jerk. They were just there. They weren't just being a jerk. They almost need to like discard everything and kill Koth, otherwise they lose. All right, we won. So yeah, it was a fun little mono red beatdown. You saw we went 2 for 3. Hopefully, I showed you what the deck can do and a little bit of advice how to draft it. I'd say the key cards to look out for are Shrine of Burning Rage is huge. Then The other card to look up for is Sulfuric Vortex. We didn't see it, but it's a red, and a generic mana for an enchantment. At the beginning of each upkeep, it deals 2 damage to the player whose turn it is. So, like, it deals 2 to you on your turn, 2 to them on their turn, and then importantly, players can't gain life. So it's just a way to keep things going down so that even if they heal your creatures, you'll eventually win because they can't gain life. And you're gonna deal 2 damage each turn because it's hard to interact with enchantments. So those are the key cards. Other than that, my advice is to draft a low curve, stay away from the 5-6 mana things, and if you do play 4 mana things, I think you want 1 or 2 of them, not anything else. Stay away from splashing colors. I know we splashed green, but it was only for an Ancient Grudge Flashback and a Xenagos. And we only did it because we picked up 3 or 4 green lands in the draft for free. We weren't trying to. And our deck would have been fine without Xenagos. We cast a Xenagos 0 times and still went 2 for 3. Other advice is pick low-cost creatures. I know, like, a Jackal Pup seems terrible, but when a Jackal Pup gets in for 6 damage, all of a sudden that's really good. And we're not playing standard here where, like, people are going to play 2-drop creatures to block. Like, people don't have early turn plays, and these early turn creatures really get the job done. And then anything that deals 4 damage or more is really good. The one card I really wish we got was the Fiery... it's like Fiery Confluence. It was like in our first 3 picks, and we didn't get it. And that would have helped a lot, but we took the card where you can sacrifice 2 mountains to deal 4 damage instead, and that is a very good card too. So it worked out. I wouldn't go back and pick Fiery Confluence, but I would have wished that wheeled. Other than that, yeah, I think if you watch this video, you have a decent idea on how to draft mono red and how it can pay off. Like, these powerful strategies and big creatures sometimes don't get it done when they're at 6 life, you know? So consider it next time. If you're playing Vintage Cube, it's really hard to learn all the cards and know what they do. And it's easy if you see mono red being open to go into it and draft it, because you don't need to know everything. You kind of need to know how your cards work, and you'll learn their cards as they play them. So if you draft mono red a couple times, you probably won't go 0-3. You'll probably go 1-2, 2-3. I've definitely gone 3-3 before in previous Vintage Cubes with mono red, and you'll get to see some of these other decks and see what works and what doesn't, and hopefully that'll help you expand your ability to draft other archetypes. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Have fun, and there's still like 5 days of Cube Myths left, maybe 4 or 3 after you watch this. I think it ends on the 17th, right before Guilds of Ravnica Allegiance comes out. I see get in there. Like, you might be really intimidated and taunted, and that's okay. Vintage Cube is worth it. It's worth just getting a little experience. You get to play 3 rounds no matter what. It's not single elimination like it used to be. And I don't know, it's a lot of fun. Even when you lose, you can still have a lot of fun. So try it out. Maybe draft mono red if you're a little uncomfortable with the other things. And have a blast. Alright, I'll see you guys in another video.